Well, hello everyone. Thank you for tuning in to No Sweat English. Today I want to talk a little bit about airport English, that when you're traveling at the airport, the type of English that you may hear or you may need in order for you to understand what's going on. Sometimes traveling can be stressful because we don't have the language. So this is mainly traveling to the US because that's what I'm familiar with, and some of the questions and things that will happen around you. So let's get started. Before we do that, if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please subscribe to support my channel. I really appreciate it. So let's get started now. When you're at the ticketing counter, which is when you walk into the airport, things you might hear the person at the counter might say to you is, "May I see your passport, please?" Okay, this way they can find your ticket and they can help print your ticket for you and help you with seat assignments. Okay, so one of the questions you may hear is number one, "May I see your passport, please?" Okay. Number two common question they will ask you is, "Did you pack your bag yourself?" Okay, so this way the reason they ask is they want to make sure that you know what's in your bag and someone else didn't put stuff in your bag that you don't know of. So usually if you want to get on the plane and not have them look at your bag, you probably would say yes, especially, if it's the truth that you packed your bag yourself. So on this side of the screen, you will see important message. On this picture, you will see all the things that are not allowed on the flight with you. So make sure that they're going to show you a picture, and make sure you look through these items, that you don't have these items on your bag or in your bag when you're going onto the flight. Number three you might hear is, make sure you do not leave your bags unattended. Unattended means nobody is looking after it. Okay, so make sure you don't leave your bag on a chair and go to the bathroom. If there's no one near a bag and the bag is just left there, security will come and probably take the bag away, and then you're going to be questioned. So make sure you take all your things with you, even when you're going to just get a cup of coffee or go to the bathroom. Okay, don't leave your bags just by itself with no one looking after it. The ticket agent might also say, number four, your flight will begin boarding at a certain time. Boarding means they start letting people up onto the plane at gate, and they're going to give you a gate number where to go. Okay, so they might say your flight will begin boarding at 10 p.m. at gate number 3B. Okay, so that's where you should look for your gate and the time you should be there at the boarding gate. Okay. Another common question you'll be asked is number five, how many bags are you checking in? So checking in means you're not carrying it onto the plane. You are checking your bag, meaning they're going to take your bag and put it at the bottom of the plane, where you will not be able to take stuff out during the flight. Okay, so you can check in your bags or not check in your bags. Be careful, some airlines do charge extra for checking in your bags, so you want to make sure that you check those rules online before you go. And when you pack your bags, make sure the size and the weight and everything is within the guidelines. At the ticketing counter, things you may say or you may ask with the ticketing agent is, number one, may I please have an aisle or window seat? Okay, aisle seat would be the seat that's close to the aisle where people walk through. Window seat will be the seat next to the window on the plane, right? So sometimes you can ask, especially if you're traveling by yourself, you may ask for an aisle seat or a window seat. You might also ask number two, how long is this flight? That's a common question, right? You want to know how long it would take you to fly to a certain place. Number three, you might ask, where is the boarding gate? Because sometimes maybe you're a little lost. You can find out that information from a boarding, one of those boards with flight information, or you can ask a ticketing agent. Number four, I have two bags to check. Okay, to check again means to check in your bag, or I have no bags to check. Okay, so meaning you're taking everything as a carry-on to the plane. You might ask number five, how full is this flight? You want to know, is it a lot of people on the flight or not that many people? And number six, you might want to upgrade your ticket to business or first class. Maybe you have some extra money or you have some extra points. You can ask if you can upgrade, meaning to get your ticket to a higher level of business class or first class. And of course, you need to add points or you need to pay extra money for that. You could try to ask for a free upgrade, but usually it's probably not going to happen for free. At security, it can be stressful because everybody's moving, taking things out. So here are some things you might hear or do. Again, they might ask, number one, may I see your passport, please, to check that you're the same person with the ticket. In the United States, you'll be asked to take out your laptops or any large electronics like a tablet or a iPad, right, and place them on a separate tray. They usually want to scan them separately. If you're flying out the US, you will also need number 3 to remove your shoes and place them on the security conveyor belt so that they can check your shoes as well. So usually you have to take off your shoes at the security in the United States. They might say, I will need to search your bag. So maybe they put your bag through, they saw something, they will ask you to let them search your bags. It's really not a choice if you want to get on the flight. So they will basically open your bag and, you know, people walking by can see what you have in there, but they try to be discreet, meaning they try to do it quietly without throwing everything out, but sometimes it can be stressful because they want to look at your bag. It doesn't mean something's wrong. It just means that they just want to see, you know, maybe something that's unclear on the screen when your bag's going through the x-ray machine. So just stay calm and try to do what they asked you to do. In the boarding area, meaning when you are past the security gate, you're ready to get on your plane in that waiting area, things you might hear on the intercom or like on a loudspeaker is they might have some flight information. They might say American Airlines flight 489 is now boarding. Now boarding means they're letting people up onto the plane. Usually they go with first class first and then business class and then all passengers. Okay, so you want to listen for your class so that you don't jump the line or you're not too late. Okay. You might also hear number 2, American Airlines Flight 489 has been delayed. Delayed means is coming at a later time than expected. So then you can think about what to do with your time, go to the bathroom, go do a little shopping. Number 3, American Airlines Flight 489 has been canceled. So if a flight has been canceled, if it's your flight, you want to go to the boarding gate to ask for other flight information if you're trying to get on a flight and try to make other arrangements. You might hear number 4 also. This is the final call for flight 489, meaning that they're about to close the door to the plane. So if you're going to that flight, you better hurry or you're going to miss your flight. And of course, once you get to onto the plane, people would say welcome aboard. Okay, so just saying welcome for being on the plane with us. Once you're on the plane, there are a few things you might hear, so I'm going to go through each one of them with you. Number 1, at the entrance, air hostess might ask you, may I see your ticket, please? This is just to help you find your seat. Okay, so you might be on the left side or the right-hand side. They want to try to help you find your seat. Number 2, of course, you're going to be asked, please fasten your seatbelt, right? You need to put your seatbelt together if you're going to fly on the plane. Sometimes if you don't like your seat or you want to sit with someone or not sit with someone, you may ask your neighbors, may I switch seats with you? Be prepared. It can be a yes or a no. Most people, I would say yes, unless you're in the middle seat that people don't really like. You probably won't be asking, people won't be saying yes, but if you have a reasonable seat, like an aisle seat for a different aisle seat or window seat, people might be happy to help switch seats with you, especially if you want to sit with family or friends. But it's okay to ask, but you may get a yes or a no. Of course, you're going to ask number 4, an air hostess, may I please have a pillow or a blanket? Maybe you need an extra pillow or extra blanket. Number 5, when food is served, you may be asked, would you like A or B, like chicken or beef or rice or noodles? Sometimes, a lot of times the air hostesses are bilingual. They speak your language as well, so it's okay to help you by speaking your native language. If not, they usually have a menu at the back of the chair in front of you, the seat in front of you. You can check the menu so that you're prepared to order your food when it is your turn. Number 6, this is an important rule. Do not stand in a group on the plane because this is not allowed. So to ensure safety on the plane, sometimes I know that people want to stretch their legs. They get up and they go to an area of the plane and they stand together with other people. You're not allowed to stand in a group on a plane. That is not safe. So the air hostess will ask you to go sit down when that happens. Number 7, there's no smoking on airplanes. I don't know of any airlines still allow smoking, so definitely no smoking airplanes or in the toilets. When you are taking off, meaning when the plane is going to fly or it's landing, the air hostess will ask, number 8, please put your tray table back up. So you need to fold it back up for yourself. Or please put your seat back in the upright position so that the plane is ready to take off or land. You will also be asked, number 10, please turn off your electronics, especially when taking off and landing. That somehow interferes with the signals. So please pay attention to these rules and do what the air hostess is asking you to do. You will see on the right hand side there's a blue form. This is called the custom form. So before landing, you'll be asked to fill out some information like your name, who you're traveling with, the name of your airline, the flight number, your passport number, and it's going to ask you a bunch of questions like, did you bring any fruit to the country? Did you bring any meat? So just answer honestly and accurately, and then you'll be fine. And then you're going to keep this paper, so when you see the custom agent, you can give them that and your passport. Okay, so you're going to need to fill out this paper. If you don't have it, before you get off the plane, you want to ask an air hostess for a custom form. Once you land, if you have checked-in baggages, remember, please pay attention to baggage claim boards to find out where your baggage is. Okay, so usually when you exit your plane, there's a board right in front of you, electronic board that tells you which baggage claim number your baggage, your flight will be, where the baggage is coming out. When arriving to the U.S., the custom agent may ask you these questions. Okay, when you go through custom to come out of, to go to this new country, the U.S., the custom agent might ask you these questions, right? Who are you traveling with? So if you're with your family, you usually go together as a group to the custom agent. What is the purpose of your trip? Meaning, why are you traveling? So you can say it's for business or pleasure. Pleasure means for fun. Or you're here to study or visit family or sightseeing. Okay, just again, be honest about why you're here. How long do you intend to stay? Meaning, how long do you plan to stay here? So again, be honest with them, 2 weeks, 1 month, 3 days. They will also ask, they might also ask you, where will you be staying? So maybe give them a hotel name or friend's house address if you're staying with a friend. They might ask you, what is your occupation? Meaning, what is your job? Then you can tell them, I'm a student or a doctor or a businessman. They may ask you in the end, do you have anything to declare? So this is when you give them your form. So things that you cannot bring into the U.S. are fruit, vegetables, nuts, meats, and seeds. So if you didn't bring these things, just say nothing to declare. And if you do, you might want to be honest and tell them that you brought these things and they're going to throw it away for you. But there are times when people are dishonest and they say nothing to declare, but then they have a lot of these items in their bag. They might be picked out of the line and asked to see your bag. So that could be stressful, but sometimes they just pick people randomly to check their bags to see if you're honest. So it's best always to not bring these things and just be honest about what you've brought. Okay, so this is the end of my presentation and my lesson about air travel English. Hopefully you've learned some things and hopefully this will decrease your stress when you're at the airport by knowing some of these English phrases and kind of understanding what's going on. If you have any questions, please comment below, or if you have any comments for me or just want to say hi, I would love to know who you are and just be able to connect with you. And if you have any suggestions for any teaching videos that you're unclear about, grammar, please suggest that too in the comments so that I can make a video just for you. Okay? So thank you so much for watching today. Again, please subscribe if you haven't. That really helped my channel grow. And I appreciate everything. So have a great day, stay safe, and be well. Bye-bye.